Gamers, what's good with this brand new set? Yeah, it's not the craziest set, right? A lot of people know that. It's more of a fun pack, right? It's a Halloween pack. It's a bonus pack too. It's not one of the main packs. But you know what? Summon Sorceress and Loki, even Hallo, are both kind of pretty damn good additions for Yubel. So if I could just talk to you about it really quick, and I'm just going to show you the combo, but basically Summon Sorceress gives you a 1 to 1.5 card combo with your Beckoning Beast, and then Hallo also is just like pretty damn good removal for Yubel because it's a 0 attack 0 defense fiend that if it's destroyed you can send a monster your opponent controls to the grave, non-targeting. So that's actually really good. And also even the boost of attack slash the burn effect can also low-key kind of come up for Yubel. It's definitely not a bad effect to have in a deck like Yubel, where sometimes, like, yeah, this deck is really good at getting lethal, but it can be tricky in some scenarios, and this deck can kind of get, this card can help get around that, and it can be a little bit tricky to deal with. So anyway, let me just show you the list really quick. It's not really a deck profile. I don't even think my list is super optimal because I haven't played Yubel in a while, but I just mostly want to show you the ratios you need for these specific cards to work in the deck. So yeah, this is my list. Again, not convinced that this is optimal, and I also think there's like a bunch of ways to run this deck. I'm not sure about the 3 Piri, but you know, since they like put Beckoning Beast to 2, I figured maybe, I don't know. Anyway, as for the new cards, basically, if you want to do the 1 card combo with like, well, it's 1.5 card for me. I'll just explain it very simply here. Dark Beckoning Beast is a 1 card combo that gets you full Yubel combo essentially, or some kind of full combo using Summon Sorceress. But it's only a 1 card combo if you use Fallen Paradise. Otherwise, it's a 1.5 card combo because you need a discard. So basically, Fallen Paradise can be searched off of the graveyard effect of your Chaos Summoning Beast. You know, so you would go like Dark Beckoning Beast. You search for the spell searches for him. You summon him. It gets in the grave. Then you get his effect, banish card from the grave, add the Fallen Paradise. The thing is, this card is basically damn near useless in this deck. I really don't want to run this just to have a true 1 card combo, because the scenarios where you're going to want to go full combo off of just Dark Beckoning Beast are normally going to be scenarios where you have Dark Beckoning Beast and like 4 staples, right? It's going to be like scenarios where you do have something you can discard. So I feel like you don't really need the Fallen Paradise for the extra discard. So I'd rather just do the 1.5 card combo with Dark Beckoning Beast and not run like an actual like useless card in the deck, you know. 1.5 card combo for me. But anyway, I'll just tell you when we do the combo how it works. But generally speaking, basically this card, Summon Sorceress, can special summon a fiend from your hand to your opponent's field, and then it'll let you special summon a fiend from your own deck to your own field, and it's negated. But then you can go into Super Producer, pop your own face up opening of the Spirit Gates. That's going to trigger Yama in the grave, and then you can bring back the fiend you summon from your deck, which would be Samsara D Lotus, and go full Yubel combo from there. I'm going to show you the combo step by step. It's pretty damn simple. The only thing is you do need 2 Yama, and you do need Super Producer, and obviously you need the Summon Sorceress. So I mean, you know, it's up to you if you feel like it's worth it for this line to run these cards at these ratios. I don't know how often it would come up and if it's really worth the extra deck slots, so that's why I'm a bit conflicted on it. Either way, I don't really want to make a super long video with this because this is like not a deck profile. I really just want to show you some tech. So I'm just going to go straight into solo mode, and you know, we're going to beat up some digital bugs. I'll show you the combo, and then I guess I'll let the digital bug player play a bit just so I can show you like Hallow's removal. It's pretty simple, the application of Hallo in the deck, but I might as well show it anyway. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right, so this is basically a perfect hand. We're in solo mode here. This is a perfect hand to showcase the 1 card combo. Now, for me, it is, like I said, a 1.5 card combo because I'm not going to be running the Fallen Paradise just to make it a true 1 card combo. Doesn't really matter, honestly. Basically, the whole idea is that obviously this hand is really good and you wouldn't need to do this, but in a scenario where if you had like Beckoning Beast and I don't know, like 4 staples that don't really get your engine going, you could basically do your full combo using this combo. So we're just going to ignore the rest of this hand here. I'm actually going to set all of this so that we don't even have to think about it. All right, so we're setting all those cards. This card here could be any card in my deck basically because it's really just meant to be a discard. And again, if we were running Fallen Paradise to search mid combo, then I wouldn't even need this one, but I don't think it's really worth it. You'll almost, if you have a hand where you need to do the Beckoning Beast combo, it's most likely that you already do have a discard. Let's go. So we're going to start off here with obviously the Dark Beckoning Beast, searching our spell, and we're going to search the opening of the Spirit Gates. I'm also going to show you what you would do if you were running Fallen Paradise. So we activate opening of the Spirit Gates, we search the Chaos Summoning Beast, and with our second normal summon, we can summon the Chaos Summoning Beast. So then we go into our Yama here, And this combo, as you guys saw, does require 2 copies of Yama. So if you only have 1 Yama, might not even be worth it really to even try this combo. But I already had 2 Yama, so I was like, there's really no point for me not to do it. So of course with Yama, you will be searching a Unchained Soul Sharvara. You're actually going to be summoning this on the opponent's field with the Summon Sorceress. But yeah, so at this point, whichever card you have here would be your discard so that you can summon one of these guys from the grave. Now, I will point out again, if you decided to run Fallen Paradise here, you would go for the graveyard effect of Chaos Summoning Beast, banish it from your grave, add the Fallen Paradise, and then you would just discard the Fallen Paradise, making this a true 1-card combo. I just don't think it's worth it. So we're going to go for opening of the Spirit Gates. We're going to discard our Yubel Terror Incarnate. That could have been any card in our deck, and we're just going to summon a monster from our grave here. At this point, we can go for the Summon Sorceress right here. And yeah, basically Summon Sorceress is going to give our opponent our Sharvara. So we give our opponent our Sharvara here. No, we don't want to activate it. Thank you. Yeah, we're going to summon Sharvara to the opponent's field, at which point we get to summon a Fiend monster from our deck, and then we're locked into only Fiends for the rest of the turn. So we summon our Lotus, and Lotus, of course, is negated because of Sorceress. So your next play, and the other card you need to have, which I normally wouldn't be running, but it's actually really good in the deck, so a lot of people probably already have it if they're playing Yubel, and that would be Abyss Actor Super Producer. This is really important in this combo in particular because you don't, like, if you want to make it a true 1-card combo or a 1.5 card combo, you don't have a discard for Muckraker, right? So the way that you're going to get back your Samsara is by going Abyss Actor here, basically with these two. So you go for Abyss Actor Super Producer, and then you can go for Super Producer effect, pop your face-up opening of the Spirit Gates. That's going to trigger your Yama in the grave, and you're going to get to summon back your Samsara Lotus. So we bring back the Lotus. It's now no longer negated. We don't destroy a card on our own field. Activate the Lotus, and you pretty much know the Rigamaru from here, but it is a little bit different than usual. So we go for a Spirit of Yubel. Spirit of Yubel is going to set our Nightmare Pain from the deck, so we're just going to set that right here. Then we can activate the Nightmare Pain. All this stuff is pretty standard. You go Nightmare Pain, pop the Spirit of Yubel, grab a Gruesome Grave Squirmer, then you can trigger your Spirit of Yubel in the grave to summon out a regular Yubel from the deck here. Then you can go for the Grave Squirmer effect, pop Yubel. Here we go. Destroy Yubel. Yubel is going to trigger and summon back our Terror Incarnate. Normally would summon it from deck, but that's the card we discarded, so it doesn't really change anything. So yeah, now with these two, we want to go into another copy of Yama. That's why you need 2 Yama here, because you need to get into an Unchained Link at this point. So we summon out our Lord of Yama, and then we can special summon our Phantom of Yubel using regular Yubel as well as the Terror Incarnate here. So shuffle those back. Get yourself a nice, powerful monster negate here that works into Tenpai. Really, really strong. And we can make ourselves a Unchained Soul of Anguish using this guy as well as this guy. And this is how we're going to get our Sharvara back into the graveyard, right? So with Soul of Anguish, activate the effect. Using Sharvara, go into the Unchained Soul of Rage. And that way you get the trigger effect of Sharvara in the grave to get your trap out. So get your trap. Here you go. And then you can go for the graveyard effect of Grave Squirmer. Summon back your Samsara Lotus. And Lotus is basically going to get you another monster negate during the opponent's turn, because it has a quick effect where you can tribute this card and destroy 1 Yubel monster on the field instead. It basically replaces the opponent's effect with that. So the whole idea is that you use this one first. This negate will pop a a Spirit of Yubel, which is going to summon a Yubel from the deck, at which point, whenever they would, do something you want to negate, you can use your Samsara Lotus to pop that Yubel. We can try to play it out, but we're against the bot here, so I don't think we would get to play everything out. We also have Soul of Rage, of course, and the Trap. Everything else here was just cards I had in hand that I set to show you the 1/1.5 card combo. It really, again, depends. It's a true 1-card combo if you want to run Fallen Paradise, but I just don't think it's worth it. If you're in a scenario where you need to summon Dark Beckoning Beast to go full combo, it mostly means that you have like 4 staples in hand that don't really advance your game state. So I think you're always going to have something you can discard. I don't really think running the extra brick is worth it. Maybe it is, that's like up for debate, I guess, but that Fallen Paradise is pretty much useless in this deck, in my opinion. So I wouldn't run it. So that's basically it for the combo. And then I guess I can also show you like Hallo. There's not a lot to show with Hallo, but it is cute. So I'll just show you Hallo being used in Yubel really quickly here. I guess the best way to do that is just to let the bot play a little bit. So I mean, yeah, we'll use our negates here, right? So like whatever, I'll use Phantom. So Tribute Phantom, presumably, you know, and then you would pop a Spirit, summon a Phantom. I mean, summon a regular Yubel, my bad. So pop a Spirit, summon a regular Yubel here. And then, you know, you would have another monster negate if it came up with your Samsara Lotus popping that Yubel. They're going for the swing. Very funny. Very cool. Anyway, set a card, activate Stumbling. That's very cute. Okay, thank you. And it's back to our turn. So, what you can do here, basically, oh, we drew Nightmare Throne. That's pretty funny. So, I mean, we already have it set, but yeah. So, you can go like Nightmare Throne going second, for example. This is the most basic use, I think, of Hallo you could have in the deck. And you can use Nightmare Throne as removal, right? Because you can go Nightmare Throne, target your Hallo in the deck, and just, instead of adding it to your hand, you just destroy it. And then Hallow's going to trigger from destruction and send a monster your opponent controls to the grave without targeting, which is actually really, really strong removal to just send without targeting or destroying. So that's not bad at all. And yeah, I mean, there's other ways you can use Hallo, of course. Like you could pop Hallo if you had her in hand with the Nightmare Pain. You could get her back on the field and pop her with Nightmare Pain. Like, for example, I guess, you know, if you really wanted to. I mean, they don't have any monsters anymore, but like we're not actually having a duel here just to show like another random thing. If you really wanted that removal effect, you know, you could always just go like Muckraker. Let's say, you know, target the Hallo and you know, you discard a card. If this is like later in your duel, you know. Now, obviously, we already used our Hallo effect, so it's not like we could use it again. But I'm just showing you like examples. So, in some scenarios, you know, you could do that and then just go Nightmare Pain, pop the Hallo. I forgot to use the Hallo effect to make them choose whether to boost it or take the burn. But you know, that's neither here nor there. I guess in some scenarios, actually, that effect is also pretty good in this deck. Either getting a big body on the field or getting a decent chunk of burn can be very useful for a deck like Yubel. So, you know, definitely don't forget to use that. But, you know, yeah, so you could bring her back with Muckraker in some scenarios where you need to send a monster and, you know, you don't really have the resources to make, like, let's say, a Chaos Angel. Then you would get her effect by popping her with the Nightmare Pain. So that could be a good way to use it. So Hallo is also a pretty useful card, I would say, for the deck. I think it's actually good enough that you play it, honestly. Even though it seems silly, I really don't think it's bad enough. Maybe it's not optimal, but I mean, it's good enough that I would play it, I guess, is the way I'll put it. I won't say it's so good that everyone should play it. I'll say it's good enough that I would play it in Yubel. I like this card. I think it's just good enough. So, yeah, that's about it for the little showcase here. It's not really a deck profile, you know. I just wanted to show you the new stuff, the fact that it's actually, some of it is pretty usable. You know, people are saying this is like a terrible pack, which I can understand. It's not like a crazy pack or anything, but some of this stuff is actually quite applicable. I think like Yubel does get a little bit of a boost from this stuff in some ways. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, do you think this is actually a boost for Yubel? Do you think you're kind of compromising your toolbox a bit by running these tools? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. And that's it for this video. All right, have a good one.